Today we're out here at the camp, and we're at the manager's residence again. So we got the main tapped, we got the water mostly ran down. The next thing to do is actually get the water inside the house. So since we don't know where the existing line is, we're going to run a new line through. So we're going to dig up on the outside of the house, get a hole drilled through the block, put in a casing, run the new line through, and then start doing some fittings and stuff inside to get connected to the old. So we'll be getting all that hooked up today. Join me while we work on getting that fixed up today. So there is a basement in this house. Here we are measuring down about 4 feet, so we want to make sure we're 4 feet down, and we had a specific spot in the basement that we need to go in. So we measured over from the side of the house, and we're getting it dug out 4 feet so we can make sure to drill through the block in the correct spot. Here you're hearing the hammer drill from the outside. Thought it was going to be a simple drill through and a quick process to get the pilot hole. And we could see from the inside that that wasn't going to be quite as easy, so we actually tried a couple different hammer drills to get through the block. While we have a decent hammer drill with an SDS bit, it was still proving to be challenging, and we found out that afterwards that it wasn't a standard block wall. It had been poured with concrete, so it was solid all the way through, and here you can see that there's actually rebar also embedded within the wall. So made what should be a quick process of getting through the wall a much longer process. Ended up having to drill from the inside and the outside to get all the way through. Last time we were out, we hit some rock, so here we had to dig from the house back up to where we stopped the water line before. So just getting this dug out with a mini so that we can run the new line into the house. And from the video here you can see that we're definitely in Brown County, so there's lots of stone that is just under the surface. So here's a fair sized stone that got the trencher hung up and ended up having to use the mini to pull this out. There were about 4 or 5 like this that we dug out while digging this trench up to connect the water line. At the top of the video here you can see the blue pipe that's laying on the ground. That's where the ditch originally ended, so just digging next to that to connect the ditch. So what we're doing here is running a piece of PEX. So we drilled a hole through the wall there, and we're running the PEX up. The flow joists run this direction, so we're coming back across. And then we're going to come in through here, run it over top. This is kind of their laundry room and where the water and everything comes in, so we're going to connect it somewhere here. So just by pushing the pipe through, we weren't able to get it to go straight through, so we actually ran a piece of wire up across the floor joist, taped it to the PEX on the other side. So I'm pulling the pipe and guiding it through as he's pushing it up over the bend in the wall. So if you can unroll a little bit more and get a little bit more, I can cut this off, and then we can feed it up and over and everything. Good. Okay, that'd be good for now. Let me cut this off. So once we got the pipe across the floor joist, we then had to snake it over the duct out and return. So here, just getting that situated. Once we had the line run up to approximately where we're going to hook the water up, started working on getting everything connected for where the water is going to come in the house. So used a flare fitting with the poly pipe, and then ended up adding a 90 so it could turn up the wall. Here, getting the old plumbing cut out, the CPVC, and then putting on a piece of CPVC to come out away from the hot water heater a little bit, and then putting in a CPVC to PEX fitting at the end. And while we let the glue dry, we move back over to the wall and got the PEX cut off and the PEX fitting connected to the poly fitting that we had that came in through the wall. And then use the PEX crimper to crimp the connector off. And move back over to the laundry room and crimping on a couple of fittings here along with a shutoff so that you have an easy access to a shutoff valve. And then getting the PEX line put up along with a couple of hangers just so that it is secured to the wall.
Well, that was water I was seeing.
Here we made a shutoff tool for the poly valve. It's just a quarter turn valve. So we put that in the center and just checking for leaks here. We did end up having one leak that we identified while doing this test, so we had to tighten up the fitting. Drilled through everything connected in the house. This, we made a wrench to go on here, so he's going back inside the house to make sure that there's no leaks. I'm going to turn this on slowly. Once we got the one leak identified and corrected, we started backfilling the ditch. With this job complete, we now have the manager's residence all hooked up to the new line. So this means going down the hill as we continue the trench, we won't have this old line to contend with and potentially hit. Next time at the camp, we have an additional repair to do on a PVC line. So continue to watch this channel as we work at the camp. And thank you for watching the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods, and we'll catch you next time.